You know who was in D.C. appeals court to fight the charges of election interference against him. Now, he's already pleaded not guilty, but his lawyer went much further, claiming that as president...
I know. It's ridiculous.
As president, he pretty much has free reign to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Could a president who ordered SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival who was not impeached, would he be subject to criminal prosecution?
If he were impeached and convicted first. And
so your answer is no.
My answer is qualified yes. There's a political process that would have to occur under the structure of our Constitution.
It's very unfair when a political opponent, is prosecuted by the DOJ, by Biden's DOJ. It'll be bedlam in the country. It's a very bad thing. And they talk about threat to democracy. That's your real threat to democracy. And I feel that as a president, you have to have immunity.
It's a joke.
You know, it is unbelievable how this man is indulged. I don't, you know, what would have happened if I don't know, Nixon said, you know what? I was president. You didn't have any right to get rid of me. You shouldn't be investigating me.
No.
Yeah. Well, he tried that. It just didn't work.
It didn't work.
Wait,
but you can't. But it wasn't. He didn't say, I have presidential immunity. He tried to throw something out there and say, hey, maybe this will stick to the wall. Well, but it didn't.
But this is on another level. Now we're talking about, correct me if I'm wrong about this. I'm just going to see if I get it.
Okay.
So if he's been impeached and convicted.
According to them.
Yeah, yes. And then he murders somebody, his political opponent. Yeah. He's immune from being prosecuted. So does this mean that when he said, if I shot somebody on Fifth Avenue, he can do that now?
Well, they made two arguments. They made the argument. They made two arguments. They made the argument that, yes, he would have to be impeached and convicted before he could be prosecuted.
Yeah. But that's not what Mitch McConnell said a couple of years ago.
No, and that's not what Donald Trump is saying, and that's not what his lawyers are saying. I, though, would love to give a shout out to Judge Florence Pan, because those were her questions, right? And I had the distinction of serving with her at the U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C. She stayed there 10 years. I was there 7. And when our offices were across the hall from each other, and when you had a tricky constitutional question, you went into her office. And she played this game with you, this hypothetical game. And what she was asking were those hypotheticals, like the Socratic method that you use in law school. Like, so if the president said that SEAL Team 6 should shoot a political rival, that's not a crime.
No.
And they were like, not if he was impeached and convicted.
His argument is
ridiculous.
That he has to be impeached and convicted to be able to be tried. That's what he's saying.
And that is just not accurate.
And it doesn't make sense on any level.
Saying it's a yes or no answer. It's a yes or no answer, and he couldn't give that to her.
What is scary about this, and you could speak to this better, Sunny, is judges often engage in these hypotheticals to kind of draw things to their logical conclusion. The problem is with Trump, this isn't super outside of the realm of possibility.
The women in the view did not find it funny, and they were rioting among themselves. You could see them. Everybody was furious what they were saying about, because according to them, Donald Trump, the lawyer, the judges, everybody is not fair about the case. What happened in January 6th as he's in court, they claim that because he's a president, in order for them to file a claim against him, he has to be impeached before he can be judged. So they cannot do that. According to that's a law. So some of them are very furious. One of the women in the view said that we're in a democracy country. So we are not in like a monarchy, which the king is just the only one who makes the decision. We are in a democracy, so anyone who commit any crime, you have to suffer for it. And basically, they look at Judge Pam, who asks some type of tricky question, and asks that even if the president asks someone to shoot like an opening and the person shoots, so which means or take the gun and shoot the person, he will not be tried because he's a president. They have to impeach him, which is very risky for the other president coming. It's somehow they are giving power to leaders. And in a country like this, so everyone was furious about it, talking about it, that it's not very, that cannot be possible. and they all have different opinion giving it for that not to be able to possible, for that never to happen in a country like the United States. You could see them at that President Donald Trump have to like pay for what he has done. One of them, like Joe Biden, say she cannot really blame President Donald Trump because President Donald Trump is working, his lawyer and his judges are the ones making all the decisions. That without them making all the decisions, this will not be able to take place because he's being empowered by the people who support him. So without the people supporting him, he cannot have the power to do all these things that he's doing. And they were rioting. And they did not find that funny. Sony said that he believed that lawyer Pam is going to be one of the first Asian American to be a judge in the country because she's very political in her question, those type of questions that they will give you in law school. She was the one really practicing asking those questions to those people in court, and they could not be able to even answer. So they are wondering that which type of a country is it, where is the country going to? Is that how the country have tend to be? And one of them also went ahead and said that one of the other side wrote that they have never been a president like President Donald Trump, and they will never be a president. So one of the lady went out and said yes, they will never be a president like him. So basically they claim that they are seeing white and they are calling brown, they are seeing blue and they are calling yellow, which means that everyone know that the January 6th was a wrong action to be taken. So but they didn't want to made him to pay for what he did, and everyone is supporting, like the other Republicans are giving a blind ear over that. So those women in the view did not find out, and everybody was just using their own word they can use and sending the message out that election is coming, do not vote for him, election is coming, you cannot vote for such a man like that. So they pray that the judgment should come before the election date. But to some of them, they said they are not sure the judgment will come before the election because the way they are slowing the teams down. So basically, what do you think, Washington? Do you think President Donald Trump should be for what happened in January 6th, he should be held guilty, or you don't think that he should be held guilty? For you, what is your own opinion about the January 6th? What happened? Are those people hostages, as they call it, or those people they were criminals? Let me see your own opinion on the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please help subscribe and share the video. God bless you.